Alright, so the first thing that I remember doing when I got my dipsters, like my first dipster I believe, like I do with many of my monsters that I get for the first time, the first thing I did was I read its bio. And of course that mentioned that no one knows how far down a dipster's hole goes. And with the recent sort of information, quotation marks around it, I guess, that we've been given on how the dipster's holes and what there is in their holes. I actually wanted to do some science into that. So I set out and I did some basic math and science. I got a few people to help me with this, and we figured out exactly how far down dipster's holes go, and I am proud to say that I know more than the monster handlers do, which is not something that I think I'll be able to say for a long, long time, possibly never. But I think that you guys might be interested in this, so I'll share what I have with you. I'll share some of my knowledge. Alright, so now that I'm doing these theory videos, which I'll be doing a lot more often, this is of course my first one, I sort of have a system of how I come up with these things. I'll have a question, which, believe me, I have a lot of questions. Actually, a lot of my questions have been answered, or at least put to rest, because of these live streams, which is a little unfortunate, because I really want to check these things out. It feels good when you do the science on your own, but it's fine. The question today is, how far down do dipster's holes go, of course, right? And then the next thing I'm going to do is the thought process. So, for this, let's do some pixel measurements and speed measurement. I'm going to start by saying a grid square in My Singing Monsters is about 2 coal island craters long, as evidenced, of course, just by, measuring it in-game, and then putting that up to the grid. It's, you don't have to be a genius to figure out how that works. Yes. The critter is a large mouse. A mouse's length is from 9 to 11 inches, or centimeters long, excuse me. Wow, that would be a big mouse. Yeah, 9 to 11 centimeters long. I'm going to go right in the middle with 10 centimeters, and 2 mice would be about 20 centimeters then, right? And 20 centimeters, based off of the dipster's rise, is about 18 centimeters, okay? Their rough height, as far as we know, right? So that would be 18 centimeters per 0.25 seconds. We timed that. The shortest, the pop out of the ground and go back in. It's about 0.25 seconds. I don't know if they vary. We only tried one, I believe, but I feel like most of them were about the same time. I mean, dipsters don't really stay up in the air too long, So, the shortest time it stays under is about 0.95 seconds. Again, we timed that, and it would be moving at 72, centimeters per second. If that's true, to determine how deep its holes go, so we first determined the speed it was decelerating at. Oh, the speed it was decelerating was 1.8 centimeters per caret second. I definitely know math. Then we use the deceleration speed to determine that the dipster takes 0.4 seconds to rise to the surface. That leaves 0.55 seconds of free fall. Then, we used the acceleration of gravity and 0.55 seconds to determine the hole was 1.48 centimeters deep. Of course, the dipster itself is too large to fit in a hole that shallow, so the dipster's hole must only be as large as the dipster at 18 to 20 centimeters. And now, the Fable Book of Monsters clearly states in the dipster's bio, to be in the light, dipsters make their homes underground. The muffled monster music from above gives dipsters the courage to rise and join the harmonious melody, although it may only be for one note at a time. Dipsters are resourceful creatures and collect natural materials to disguise their entrances to their tunnels. No one knows how far down a dipster hole goes. Until now. Alright, so this has just been a fun little video. I really enjoyed this, actually. Of course, it wasn't terribly long. I don't know how long it went for, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if any of you monster handlers do happen to see this, which I highly doubt you will, but if you do, I truly hope that you take all that I've said into consideration. And, I believe most of the stuff you guys say about your lore. It is your lore. But, kind of just gonna fact check you guys when there's something that's a little bit unbelievable in the future. So, I have quite a few topics coming up in the future that I'm going to be discussing. My next one is going to be particularly fun. We'll be researching how to speak monstrous. That actually occurred to me today that I won't spoil anything. No, I won't. But I think we'll really enjoy that video, and I think you really will too. Or at least I hope you will. And if you do, then maybe you'll learn a way to use it. I really highly doubt you will, but maybe you'll find a place for it. And if you do have any other questions, other My Sea Monsters theories you'd like me to do, I would be glad to do some research into something that's any open-ended questions. And I very strongly encourage you to leave a comment. And I suppose I will see you in the next video, and I really need to stop dragging this out. Okay, goodbye!